Okay, this video is kind of continuation of the previous video, which was kind of a hodgepodge of stuff, and I showed you that I sprouted the beans, on a paper towel, and I showed you soaking the beans, and then on this video I show you how they kind of sprout. I planted them. It took probably 3 or 4 days for them to come up after I planted them, and which was less than it takes when you just stick them in the ground. But I got almost 100% yield out of them, so that was pretty cool. And since I'm doing them in a bucket, I want the best start I could possibly get, and don't got time for replanting because that just messes the roots up of the other plants. So I'll show you how they're doing. They're doing great. We've had good rain, good sun, temperature's warm. It's well up into the 80s now here at the Dandylion Ranch in South Georgia. We call it South Georgia anyway. Just outside of Atlanta, on the other side of Hell Hiram. What I did was I took this handful of beans that you saw them in the glass on the last video, and I let them soak overnight. And then I took them and wrapped them up in a damp paper towel, just folded them up in a damp paper towel and let them germinate. And so, as you can see right there, the beans over here, there's 5, I got about like 9 of them that sprouted and 4 of them that didn't. So we're not going to plant these, but we're going to plant these, and so that just saves, well, actually I got 5 that didn't sprout. So we're going to plant these. So we're going to go out there and stick those in the ground, and I'll have a better chance of having success. Okay, and we planted our beans in the bucket, and really I should have got out here 5 days ago or whatever the case may be, and showed you when they first came up, because it really only took about 4 or 5 days for them to come up, and now it's been 4 or 5 days since then, and we've got I think only one. I put 10 beans in there. Of course I'm probably gonna have to weed 1 or 2 more plants out of that. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll just tell you how it goes, but at any rate, so we're going to try these pole beans in this bucket. But they're coming along really good. We had a good rain last night. They're sitting out here in the sunshine right now, and these are the peppers I got in a bucket over here. Got a couple jalapenos and some bananas right there, and then over here we've got bell pepper, poblano, a volunteer tomato back there, 2 better bush tomato plants, a jalapeno, a banana, and a cherry tomato. Now, you can get down here and look at the base of these tomato plants, and you'll see all these leaves and stems and stuff, branches that are way down here on the ground. Those got to come off, because those are just going to allow for disease and stuff when your tomato plants are touching the ground like that. This is not good. So we're going to take a pair of scissors out here and cut these off. Now, as many of you know, I'm a smoker, so I have to be very, very careful about touching these plants when I'm doing this, because you get what's called tobacco rust disease on these plants, and it will kill your plants from the bottom up. So try not to touch these plants as much as possible, but they definitely need a little pruning. Get the bottom growth off of them. That promotes some top growth, and you see we got some flowers on them. These have been in the ground since right around, they've been in the ground about a month, I guess. So, and we're fixing to get some tomatoes here, some little cherries anyway, and we've got some blooms on the back plants back there. Still got room back there for another tomato plant. That volunteer, I don't have any idea what it is, so it probably is going to end up in a bucket. And speaking of that, we've got a couple, 3 more buckets ready to go over here. Just need to drill some holes in them, and we're going to plant some beans, and maybe that 1 tomato out of the garden there, and we'll just see how she goes. So, it was just a quick update on the garden. what's going on. Everything's nice and green, and we're going to cut some weeds, Ridge. We're going to cut some weeds for you here. Okay, and just took a second, and then we trimmed off these branches off the tomato plants, and got them cleared out from underneath. And I don't know if you can see, but now nothing is touching the ground, because the ground can be contaminated. Water can splash upon the leaves, causes a fungus. Very careful with a clean pair of scissors. Snipped it all off, and now we're clean to go. Always remember, death breeds death, so remove all your dead debris from out from underneath your vegetables and rose bushes and etc. etc. That concludes everything I'm going to show you today from the Dandylion Ranch. It is the Thursday before Memorial Day weekend. Hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. Remembers what Memorial Day is about. Those men, women that went out there and gave everything, served this country to make it a safe and better place to raise your children, or tried to. That's subject to debate at this point in time, but I want you to shake a veteran's hand if you have the opportunity, thank a policeman, slap a fireman on the back. They're wonderful people. They're out there serving the public, and that's what we should remember. And that's what Memorial Day is about. Particularly those that served, and gave everything, and didn't come home, and didn't have a chance to see what this great, wonderful world was going to turn into, or this great big mess, depending on how you interpret it, turned into. So thanks to the veterans, thanks for the public servants, thanks for everything y'all do. Bye from the Dandylion Ranch.